Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Medico Ninja. Hope you all doing well. So as you all know that in this video we will going to talk about the formation of urine, which is very important topic for 11th 12th, for the first year MBBS, BHMS, BMS, all the things, even nursing. So it is the very basic mechanism or very basic thing to understand in the kidney, in the renal system. So let's start our video. So first let's see the definition of urine formation. As its name itself suggests that it is the formation of urine. What is the urine? So urine is one kind of fluid which is formed in the kidney, and it is one type of fluid which containing the metabolic waste and which containing the unwanted substances in our body, and also in the form of fluid, and also there is some little water is in it. So let's see the definition. So it is the blood cleaning function. As I told you that it is one kind of excretion of unwanted substances and the metabolic waste product from the blood. As we all know that blood is filtered out by the kidneys, we will see all the mechanism how the urine is formed. But first let's see the definition. So it is the blood cleaning function. Normally about 1300 ml of blood enters in the kidney at a time, and kidney excrete unwanted substances along with water as the form of urine is called as the urine formation. So normal output is the 1 to 1.5 liter per day. Remember here that this value is for the per day. Okay, then the process of urine formation is consist about three sub processes, which is first one is the glomerular filtration, which is formed in the glomerulus, which is covered by the Bowman's capsule, and another two processes are formed in the tubular portion of nephron. Like we see in our previous video that the normal structure and function of kidney and nephron, I will told you that there is a two parts of nephron, major two parts of nephron, that there is a first one is the glomerulus and second one which is the tubular portion of nephron. So in the glomerulus, glomerular filtration is occur, and in the tubular portion of nephron, tubular reabsorption and tubular secretion is occur. See all the three processes in deeply. So first one, which is the glomerular filtration. As I told you that this process is occur in the glomerulus of the nephron, part of nephron, and it is the only one part where the blood is filtered out. In another tubular portion of nephron there is not blood is filtered out in it, but this is the again this is the first process in the urine formation. So let's see the definition for the clear understanding. So it is the process by which blood is filtered while passing through a glomerular capillaries. Of course we see in our previous video that in the Bowman's capsule there is capillaries are divided into various branches, and again forms a loop, and again divided and forms a one kind of very that capillaries, this blood is filtered out and by the help of the filtration membrane. So it is the first process for the urine formation, and in this definition you can see the filtration membrane. So what is the filtration membrane? So filtration membrane is formed by majorly three layers of cells. Okay, so the first layer of cell which is the formed by the glomerular capillary membrane. Okay, and the second one which is the basement membrane, and third one which is the visceral layer of Bowman's capsule. So let's see all the three membranes in detail. So the first one which is the glomerular capillary membrane. So as its name suggests that the glomerular capillaries the cells of glomerular capillaries are formed this membrane. So it is formed by the single layer of endothelial cells. Why there is a endothelial cells are there? Because we all know that the capillaries and vessels are lined by the endothelial cells. Its most outer layer is formed by the endothelial cells. That's why this membrane is formed by the single layer of endothelial cells. Now you can see here, for just understanding purpose, I write here the three parallel lines. For the first line, you can imagine that this line is the single layer of endothelial cells, which is nothing but the glomerular capillary membrane. Okay, so this is the glomerular capillary membrane. Then the middle one is the basement membrane, and the third one, which is the visceral layer of Bowman's capsule. When we see this all membranes in detail, you can understand that the basement membrane is formed by these layer cells, and also the visceral layer of Bowman's capsule cells are also involved in formation of basement membrane. So again, let's see the glomerular capillary membrane. So again, it is formed by the single layer of endothelial cells, and it is attached with the basement membrane, as I told you. And there is a one very special and very specific kind of thing is here, that the pores means you can just remember it as holes, right? So the pores, which is known as the filtration pores, and its size is about 0.1 micrometer in diameter, and this pores is very very important in the filtration. Like you can imagine that the blood is run in the capillaries, and capillaries have these pores, and of course blood is run in very high pressure. So small particles are just filtered out from these pores, right, and forms the filtrate. So this is the main, and I told you the brief like introduction for the mechanism for the formation of filtrate. Okay, filtrate means the this fluid which formed by these capillaries, right? So the second layer, let's see the second layer. Second layer is the basement membrane. So basement membrane is formed by, as I told you, that the basement membrane of glomerular capillaries and basement membrane of visceral layer of Bowman's capsule. Let's see the third membrane. The third membrane is visceral layer of Bowman's capsule, which is formed by the single layer of epithelial cells. Remember here that the epithelial cells are contributed in it, because only endothelial cells are present in capillaries and blood vessels, and the nephrons are lined by the epithelial cells. So that's why this membrane is formed by the single layer of epithelial cells. And there is a pedicles or feet, which is a very specific, very characteristic feature of this membrane. So what is the pedicles? Pedicle is the connection between epithelial cells and basement membrane. There is a connection between the, of course, epithelial cells and basement membrane of the visceral layer of Bowman's capsule, right? And the podocytes are the epithelial cells plus pedicles are known as the podocytes. And filtration slit is also a very important characteristic for it, which is the pedicle interdigit, means pedicle are again divided into some branches and leaves a small cleft like space in between, which is known as the filtration slit. Like you can see here that these all parts are like, imagine that this is the visceral layer of Bowman's capsule, and these all other things are the pedicles, right? Like let's zoom these pedicles. So you can see here that these pedicles are again divided into some branches, and between these branches is known as the filtration slit. So I hope you can clear what is the filtration slit and what is the pedicle. Let's see the process of filtration. So as I told you that blood is enters in the capillaries, like you can see here that blood is enter in the glomerular capillaries, and the plasma is filtered out by the pores of the glomerular membrane, as I told you. And all the substances are filtered out except the proteins. Why? Because the proteins have a big diameter and they are big in size than the pores, which is pores are its size is zero 0.1 micrometer, of course, and the proteins are bigger than it. That's why the proteins are not filtered out. Then the this filtered plasma is enters into the Bowman's capsule. Let's see the very important very important topic in the glomerular filtration, which is the glomerular filtration rate. Why it is very important? Because this is one of the part of urine test, renal test, and also it is very specific in some pathogenicity. Like when you study the pathology, you can understand that why this GFR is very important. If there is any pathogenicity occur in the nephrons, occur in the kidney, so the GFR is altered, and its altered state is just guide us that what is the disease is, right? So the let's see the definition of GFR. So it is the total quantity of filtrate formed in all nephrons, not a one nephron of both kidneys in given unit of time, right? Very simple. So the normal GFR is so here is very important thing is that GFR is some normal GFR rate is asked in the examination like MCQs, and also it asked in the Viva. Okay, so in the minute, like you can see here the unit of time, in given unit of time, for the minute 125 ml per minute, and for the day 180 liter per day. See the second process of the urine formation. The first process of urine formation is the glomerular filtration. Now the filtrate, which is formed by the glomerular capillaries, which is known as the filtrate, right? And this filtrate is run into the tubular portion of nephron. So in the tubular portion of nephron, there is two things that occur. First one, which is the reabsorption, and second one, which is the secretion. So let's see the first, reabsorption, tubular reabsorption. Let's see the definition. Okay, so first it name itself suggests that there is a reabsorption is occur when the filtrate is comes in the tubular portion of nephron. It is very big in the quantity and very big in the quality also. Like there is much water in it, but we don't excrete that much water and that much electrolyte, that much very special substances from our body, right? We need that substances, so the nephrons are reabsorb those substances at the tubular portion of nephrons. So let's see the definition. So it is the process by which water, electrolyte and other substances are transported from renal tubule to blood, right? So during this process, quality and quantity is changed, as I told you. Okay, so here the water and electrolyte are reabsorbed by the tubular epithelial cells. The very important thing is that the reabsorption of these substances are directly not into the blood, but it is reabsorbed into the interstitial fluid of renal medulla. Interstitial fluid means the space and the fluid in between the two cells of particularly in the renal medulla. So the reabsorbed substances are moved into the interstitial fluid of renal medulla, and then they move into the blood, and then they move into the general circulation, and the need of water and the need of electrolytes and the need of other substances are fulfilled. Very important thing is that the site of reabsorption, what kind of electrolytes, where the water is reabsorbed, and where all the substances are reabsorbed. There is a specific parts of nephron are contributed in it. So as I told you that the part of nephrons are just like PCT, and then loop of Henle, then the DCT, and then collecting duct. So let's see the first one, which is from the PCT, means the proximal convoluting tubule. So proximal convoluting tubule having a brush border in it. In its inner line, there is a one kind of brush-like substances. Brush-like. So the PCT having a brush border which causes the increased surface area, and because of this, 7 to 8% of filtrate is reabsorbed into the PCT. So let's see what kind of substances are reabsorbed from the PCT. You can see the substances like glucose, like amino acids, sodium, phosphate, calcium, chloride, potassium, urea, uric acid, water, chloride, and other also a very big amount of substances are reabsorbed from the PCT. Then let's see the loop of Henle. So loop of there is a substances which reabsorb from the loop of Henle is only two, which is sodium and chloride. And from the DCT, distal convoluting tubule, the substances are chloride, bicarbonate, and water. And from the collecting duct, the substances are sodium and water. So remember here, from the loop of Henle, water is not reabsorbed. In rest of other parts of nephron, water is reabsorbed except the loop of Henle. See the regulation of reabsorption. So for the regulation of reabsorption, there is several factors are responsible for it. So let's say the first one, which is the glomerulotubular balance. As its name suggests, that the balance between glomerular fluid and tubular fluid, right? So the balance between filtrate, which is nothing but the glomerular fluid, and reabsorption in the tubular portion, right? And if the GFR is high, it causes the load on the tubular portion is also high, means the pressure in the tubular portion is high. That's why the reabsorption is high, right? And it is help in a constant reabsorption of sodium and water, which is a very, very important substances in our body. No cell is except from this sodium and water. There is a constant requirement in our body for the sodium and water, right? So the sodium and water reabsorption is very important, and it is occurred by the glomerulotubular balance. Second factor, which is the hormonal factor. Hormonal factor means there is several hormones which is just listed here are very important, and it is contributed in the reabsorption of some such substances. So let's see the first one. First one is the aldosterone, which causes the increased sodium reabsorption into loop of Henle, proximal convoluting tubule, and collecting duct, right? And angiotensin 2, which causes the increase again sodium reabsorption from the PCT, thick AL, DCT, and DCD. Then the antidiuretic is causes the increased sodium reabsorption from DCT and CD. And there is two neuretic factors. First one, which is the arterial natriuretic factor, and second one, which is the brain natriuretic factor. So arterial natriuretic factor and brain natriuretic factor causes a same function and causes the same kind of function. It causes the decreased sodium reabsorption, right? And the second one, which is the parathormone, which causes the two things. First one, which is the increased calcium, magnesium, and hydrogen reabsorption and decrease phosphate reabsorption, and last one, which is the calcitonin. Of course, the function of calcitonin is excrete calcium from our body, so it causes the decreased calcium reabsorption. Third factor, which is the nervous factor. So the activation of sympathetic nervous system causes the increased reabsorption and stimulate the renin secretion, and renin convert into the renin angiotensin 2. And as I told you that the renin angiotensin 2 causes the increased reabsorption of sodium. Okay. Study the three factors. The first one, which is the glomerulotubular balance. Second one, which is the hormonal factor, and third one, which is the nerve factor. I hope you understand it very well. So let's see the third process of urine formation. Now the third process of urine formation is the tubular secretion, also known as the tubular excretion. As it name that the secretion is occur means some substances are added into the urine, right? So the definition is, it is the process of transportation of substances from blood to the renal tubule. In the reabsorption, there is substances from renal tubule to the blood, and here the secretion is occur. That's why the transportation of substances from blood to renal tubule. Okay, so the diphenol red is the first substance found in the renal tubule. Such substances are listed here that secreted by the renal tubule, means it added into the urine. The first one, which is the para-amino hepatic acid, PAH. Second one, which is the diodrust, and third one, which is the 5-hydroxyindole acetic acid, which is the 5-HIAA. This is all about the urine formation. In this video, we are seeing the definition, the normal output of urine, then the processes of urine formation, which consist of three processes. First one, which is the glomerular filtration. In the glomerular filtration, we discuss the filtration membrane, also the process of filtration, and the third thing, which is the GFR. And the second one, which is the glomerular reabsorption. In it we see the definition of glomerular reabsorption and the regulation of glomerular filtration and the site of tubular filtration. And in the third process, tubular secretion, we see the substances which is secreted by the tubular portion of nephron. Okay, so I hope you clear all your doubts and you will clear about the urine formation. So hope you all doing well, and hope you like this video. And if you like this video, then please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you want these handwritten notes, then you can check the description box below. And if you want any video on this specific topic, you can tell me in the comment section, as well as you can DM me on my IG account. Link is in the description box. Thank you so much for watching.